Now and forever, let me stand by your side.
Now and forever, let me stand by your side. Is that something she says to Ephraim?
Probably.
Is that a reference to something?
It might be to Seth.
Oh.
Could be. Could be.
Wait, why? I still find it
Because
funny.
Seth is the absolute unit.
Okay, fine. Alright. We'll start Storm Sigland, and grants attack +3. That's necessary. I would bet she's not gonna have good attack. Just like
She does not.
Yeah. Well, actually, you could do some calculations there. What do you think what do you think her attack is?
31.
31. Oh god.
31 is what it was calculated out to be.
Yep.
Isn't that the same as like Cliff?
I think that's
No, Cliff has
no,
33.
33.
What the hell? How does Cliff have more attack?
Well, to be fair, his kid is -2 attack.
Oh,
he has a
that's
14 might tome.
Black Luna, but
this
at
is
the
a
cost of
19
your
weapon,
B-slot
so it
pod
does
champ.
somewhat balance out, but it's still pretty sad.
That's really sad. If Cliff has more attack than you with his A skill, well, like equals your attack with his A skill factored in, you're in some deep doo-doo. And well, shit, she needs Storm Sigland to add attack, so it makes a lot of sense. Now this does mean basically you can't switch her weapon, otherwise she's pretty handicapped. Because it's 16 might and attack +3, you're not gonna do better for attack.
Yeah, it's the same attack as her mage form and 5 more attack than her infantry form, so it's
5 more
expected at
attack
this
than
point.
her infantry form.
She has 26 space.
Yeah, I keep forgetting how sad her infantry form is. It's a good thing it's a super boon for attack, so but
Yeah.
still, jeez.
Oof.
All right, let's read the rest of it. It says, if number of foes within 2 spaces, including target, is greater than number of foes within 2 spaces, excluding unit, grants defense res +3 and special cooldown charge +1 per unit's attack during combat. I'm kind of... Jesus, I think she's so much better than Ephraim. Like, just by skills.
Yeah.
It's essentially it would be Heavy Blade.
Yeah, it's like Heavy Blade and Attack Def Solo 1 if she's... Well, if she's away from everybody. Well, I know it's not quite.
The first problem would be her actually
res.
doubling depending on her speed, and the second problem would be, of course, you just dying.
Okay, yes, dying is a problem.
That is a problem.
I'm just looking at Storm Sigland and attack speed solo, and it will work very, very well together. And unlike base Eirika, she has so much buffing for her attack. I don't think she'll struggle there. Now, normal Eirika's speed isn't like that great, but attack speed solo, and I would just expect from like, actually, she might have the same BST as infantry.
She has 35 base speed in her Restoration Lady form, so that's pretty above average. For
Oh, you're
wave
right.
1.
Restoration Lady is very quick, so she might be fast.
Yeah. I think we were predicting around 38 to 39 speed, so yeah.
Okay, if she has that much, I think she can pull this off.
Yeah,
Now,
I think so.
The biggest thing I would say is like she has, oh god, this is another one of those heroes. Have you guys noticed lately how many legendary heroes we've gotten that are just like perfectly built? Like Ice is just literally telling you, don't touch my heroes.
Yep.
I
mean,
this
you
is
can
another
change
one.
your special, but
I mean,
yeah.
change your special, yes.
Well, I'm gonna give her Fury Desperation.
Perfect.
Pasta, you're a man, like you understand me so much.
It's the build.
It's the ultimate build.
It works so well with Moonbow and her weapon.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but seriously, guys, don't actually do that. We don't know. Anyways, you would want to keep Lunar Brace for sure, and Lunar Brace is, man, people pointed this out. It's basically Luna in your B slot.
Hold up. Alright guys, normally I don't do this because we don't make such a big mistake, but there's been so many misconceptions already with the Lunar Brace. It is actually not Luna. It is more like reverse Bonfire, as in Bonfire, but instead of calculating the damage with your defense, you're calculating with your opponent's defense. At least that's what it seems to be. Until everything comes out, that's the only way we'll know for sure, but man, it is such a strange mistake. It is a common misconception right now, and you know, maybe I'll make a video on it to explain on it further. But yeah, back to the video. The problem is, I don't think she will shrug off attacks that well. Defense res +3 is nothing that special.
and special cooldown charge +1 per unit's attack during combat is really, really nice, of course. But without something like Desperation, and I know people are not going to take this too seriously, but without something like Desperation, I don't see her surviving too many fights. No Eirika has good defense. Like, it's okay, but it's not good enough to make it through without Desperation, I would say.
Let me double check Luna's description.
Because I seriously doubt it would just be 50% plus
cuts
30%.
their defense in half, but this one, it takes half of their defense and adds it to your damage.
Yeah, Luna's treats foes def res as if reduced by 50%. This is deals damage equals 50% of foes defense, which is essentially removing that damage scaling, I guess? Something like that.
And 50% of foes defense. So, in other words, versus some heroes, it'll literally do nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
well,
just a-
just
well,
like
Same
Rainbow
thing
Warp in
about
general.
Luna,
Yeah,
essentially.
but
Not do anything.
oh,
Well, if you think about it, most units in upper arena tend to run 40 defense, assuming that she's going there because she's a Water Blast hero, probably going to be there. That would mean that she does 20 extra damage on top of her actual special, which reduces their defense already. And I'm going to make the assumption that Lunar Brace is optimized so that it's their visible defense, and then Moonbow cuts it. So that's 20 defense added to their attack, plus the Moonbow reduction to their defense.
I'm just waiting for people to run Blue Flame on her, thinking they're a genius, and then they realize it doesn't.
Well, that's going to be a sad awakening.
They're gonna be like, wow, it's gonna be like free damage. And then they realize that you don't get any cooldown because you have to be next tiered.
I don't know about that.
Well,
It's a very confusing kit. the
yeah.
more you look
Until
at it.
Data Miner actually tests this out, guys, I can't say for certain how this is actually gonna be. If it isn't that, I would say I would be kind of hesitant here. She would really need really good BST or really good stat spreads to make this really work out, because again, she's gonna rely really heavily on triggering specials, but she actually has to fight. And if she's using Lunar Brace, she can't use something like Desperation, so she has to essentially take damage. And
Right.
with Eirika, I know Eirika is really that bulky, so that's what worries me.
Her weapon does give defense and res.
And she has
when
odd defense
the
wave as well.
conditions are met, and she does have odd defense wave.
I know,
From what we calced, she already has 38 HP. This is in the trailer.
So she has low
we
HP, that's a problem.
theorized- Yeah, well, it's like 5 lower than Ephraim. Her defense is
pretty
going to be
big.
around
Yeah.
25-ish, maybe a little higher.
Okay, see,
Where
that's kind of worrying.
It's like, it also depends on if Death Wave is active. If it's active during Volter's fight, then it's actually, what now, 31? But if it's not, then it's 25. And her res is going to probably linger around 22 to 24, depending on her speed.
Yeah, see, guys, that's why I'm kind of worried. She has to take damage to really take advantage of Lunar Brace and attack speeds, Lunar Brace and Storm Siglin. And if you want to take advantage of attack speed solo, oh boy, like if you run her off, she's not gonna get buffed. Like you have to use wards and goads essentially. But if you run, like you can have her buffed at the start of the match, but once she runs off, you need her. Well, I guess you can still make it work. But I'm just saying, there are lots of situations if you want to fully utilize attack speed solo that you're not going to have your heroes together to buff each other up. I don't know. I got to see this.
Right now, I'm thinking Gale Force, Death Blow 4, B slot that's not Lunar Blaze.
Brilliant. I mean, if you take off that, if you basically ruin her entire kit, she's still gonna possibly be the fastest sword cavalier.
She still has that cooldown in her weapon, and if you run Gale Force with the Death Blow 4, you still have your 300 SP for score. You can change your B slot, and you start running around. Maybe put pass on the B slot, like legendary.
The only problem with all of that is just I think. Wait, I don't even know if you're serious if you just mentioned pass, but
I am serious.
No, you're not. Okay.
It's not scoring well.
Yeah, that too. But the problem is what I'm thinking is, if you're not using her B slot skill, you're missing one of the probably her most unique skill next to her weapon. Because everything else you can transfer over. I mean,
people just gave Brave Ephraim or Legendary Ephraim like desperation to work with Flame Sigmund.
yeah.
I don't see Eirika being any different, where they would give her a B slot that would work well with her Storm Sigmund.
I know, but I also don't have Legendary Ephraim in my top 5 Legendary Heroes. I don't think he was a very good Legendary Hero. Like, nowadays, when we look back on Legendary Heroes, it's hard to say it. Like, when there was only, like, 6 Legendary Heroes, yeah, he's in your top 5. Like, all he had to do was beat, like, 1 hero. So, but nowadays, like, it's really... He's really not a hero I can suggest people... Legendary Hero that I can suggest people build up on. So...
I mean, he's not bad. The only problem is he's not particularly great compared to some of the other really good ones, like Garima's versatility even, or Legendary Lucina's Future Vision and Thulgin.
Right.
Or Hector.
Yeah, like, those heroes just made so much sense.
I mean, have you seen Gale Force Solar Brace on Ephraim? It's the good stuff, right?
I'm pretty
Nice
sure I've seen it
synergy.
at least once. I'm pretty sure, like, that caught me off guard, too. Because I just thought it was so
Yep,
weird.
you're gonna see the same thing on this Eirika.
I just don't... But I
Gale
don't think she has the
Force,
killing power.
Lunar Brace.
She definitely doesn't. Her attack is not going to be 55.
Mm-hmm. Like, it kind of worked
Wow.
out for Ephraim because he just had such overwhelming strength and he could just brute force his way through, like, offensively.
Yeah. That attack stat is.
I think
his
this
best
Eirika
stats.
relies heavily on specials, and which is kind of problematic because with how many, like, with Halloween just passing, well, we still have the Halloween banner, and basically guards everywhere at this point.
To be fair, guard weapons are only. I mean, besides the witchy wand, you only have guard bow, the real guard bow,
Mm-hmm.
guard dagger, and guard axe. The axe is probably the only one that's going to be a difficulty, but given that it's also her specialty to fight against axes, it's not a particular issue that there's a guard meta approaching. But if this continues, then there could be some problems.
Okay.
Well, the only time you would see Guard Axe would be on like Sheena, because everybody else that's a green unit has a perf.
No,
Or is it
okay.
dragon?
Yeah, you have a good point.
Sheena is going to.
And well, on the flip side, the units that wouldn't be using the axe because they already have a perf or are dragon would be running special fighter, so they already have guard there.
Yep.
All right, I don't
Needless
know.
to say, it's not a bad meta for Eirika to be in like this, but at the same time, it's
Especially
not a
because of
particularly
armor
good
heroes
one.
being everywhere, like her B skills has a lot of value. But if you remove that B skills one, anyways, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, from a collector standpoint,
Okay.
she's super cool.
Yes.
Not gonna argue that.
Yes. Who can argue that?
I'd pull for her if I wasn't pulling from her. I'd definitely do that.
I pull for hot thighs any day, so
That's why I'm
I
pulling
just-
for
she doesn't have thighs out, dude. What the fuck?
so Eirika, I'm gonna have to say I prefer the Tome Eirika.
Me too, personally.
Because her hair goes like everywhere, and I think that's better.
Yeah, that art is pretty good. She pity broke me on Myrrh though.
Yeah, she pity broke me twice on the first Mer banner.
But yeah, no, I definitely think that this is a banner that's worth looking into, but not particularly fantastic for summoning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's not a lot of units here that are making a huge splash in the meta. They're good units, don't get me wrong, except maybe Sumida in some regards. But reasonably though, it's not the best banner to be focusing on, especially with Christmas right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably best either focusing on Halloween, because there's only 10 days left, by the way, or going to the Christmas banner in 2 months.
Yeah, I basically agree.
You
as
mean
well.
Christmas banners with an S?
Banner. Yes,
Well-
because now we also have the rerun banner.
Yeah, and unlike most other
And-
banners, this rerun banner is actually competitive because there's Bold Fighter and Vengeful Fighter on it. So
Ugh, don't remind me.
And Candelabra and Sack of Gifts.
Sack of Gifts is amazing too. So yeah.
Don't forget, and then on November 9th is an actual regular banner, so don't forget that either.
Yeah. Personally, guys, I'm just gonna do that free pull and just get out of there. Land's Bounty is gonna have more value for me.
Also, just a side note for all you Radiant Dawn and Binding Blade fans,
Oh yeah.
they did mention that there will be new heroes for Radiant Dawn in January of 2019, and new heroes for the Binding Blade in March of 2019.
For a legendary banner?
Just in general.
New heroes.
Huh.
There'll just generally be new heroes those months.
I hope
We
so.
don't
Took 2 years to get a Binding Blade banner.
All right. Well,
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. That would be actually completely 2 years. Wow.
Yeah,
2
that's,
years,
that's
everybody.
actually kind of hilarious.
Oh,
I
that-
feel so sorry for those fans.
Yeah, I feel
That's how
so
long
sorry
it
for you,
took
Murray.
Roy to promote, so I don't blame them.
Okay. Anyways, guys, that is the banner. If we, okay, yeah, that's the banner. I mean, the only thing we could talk about now is the heroes showing up on the banner.